I'm Murdock with Murdock Sports, and here to bring you your free Sunday picks for the NFL. We did well yesterday on Saturday, and we're looking to build on that momentum today. Make sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter, subscribe, and share this information with your friends. Today we have Indianapolis is on the road against the Cleveland Browns. Andrew Luck is the #1 quarterback in the league with yardage from the line of scrimmage. He also leads the team with 69 plays of 20 yards or greater. That's tops in the league. They're playing against Cleveland's defense. Pat Hayden is a superhero that puts on a football jersey. He can do many things that other people need those special powers to do. He's fantastic. He'll be covering T.Y. Hilton. He'll be covering, their top guy. With that being said, Moncrief on the other side, Reggie Wayne, Fleener, Dwayne Allen's back. It's going to be too much for Cleveland to combat, and Indianapolis is going to have their way in this for most of the game. Can't handicap turnovers. I don't see Andrew making those mistakes. Cleveland has Brian Hoyer that's going to start. They waffled on that through the week. They decided on that on Wednesday. Johnny Manziel, football comes in last week, leads them 6 for 8 with a touchdown himself, and they thought maybe to bring him in. I would find a proposition bet somewhere that Johnny plays in this game. I don't believe Brian's going to finish the game. I believe he's going to be pushing and trying to keep his job and putting that in the back of his mind and not focusing on what's in front of him. I believe that this is a trap game as well. Indy is a 3.5-point favorite in this game. I'll find the money line at -155. I may play it down to 2.5. I don't like losing on a field goal where I could take the money line. But this game it certainly appears to me that Indy has this game in hand fairly quickly. We're taking Indy in that game, laying the 3.5. I'd buy that down to 2.5. The second game on the board that we're going to cover, that I'm covering today, is Tampa at Detroit. Tampa's defense has been getting better in the last few weeks. Their running game has not been getting better. They have Doug Martin, they have Sims, they have Rainey. They also have Detroit's defense, who in the last 4 weeks has averaged 49 yards per game against the rush. They're not going to be able to run this ball today. They wouldn't be able to run the ball last week. They're not going to be able to run the ball, period, against that stout defense. And it's going to force Josh to have to throw that ball, and when he does, he's going to make those errors. The number's 10 points is what Detroit is laying here. More good information to share with you is that Megatron has had 355 yards in 3 games and 23 receptions and 2 touchdowns against Tampa. And now insert Golden Tate. Golden Boy is going to have a great day with them doing all they can to control Megatron and to keep him bottled up. Golden Tate is going to get right, and he's going to get right all day. He's been moving the chains all year. He is their go-to guy, yards after catch. Golden Tate, for you fantasy buffs, is going to have a great day. Look for Golden Tate to do what he's been doing. The number is 10. I'd buy that down to 9.5, but I like the over of the game at 40.5 much more than I do Detroit laying the 10. Detroit, Stafford has had 3 touchdowns and 355 yards the last time he played Tampa. He loves to play Tampa. They are on the right side of getting back to where they need to be. They haven't been there all year, and I think that that Thanksgiving game really put them in the driver's seat, and they're comfortable with their offense now. So look for that. Reggie Bush is going to be back, coming from the backfield. Bell's been a workhorse running the ball. This is going to be a good play for us. Take the 50.5. I like to buy the half point so that I don't get beat on pushes and I don't get beat with that last point. The third game on the board is Buffalo at Denver. Buffalo has beat Denver the last 2 times they played them. Buffalo had one of the best rush defenses in the league at the beginning of the year. Now they've gone from 2.8 yards against the rush, per rush, to nearly 5. And they've gone from 65 yards a game allowed against the rush to 125. Things are not going in the right direction for Buffalo. And conversely, C.J. Anderson has been going bananas. And with that, 1 + 2 equals a bunch of chips. C.J. is going to run all over the place. Peyton gets to throw to the second and fourth wide receiver in the league with yards from scrimmage, and Sanders and Thomas. Julius Thomas has 12 touchdowns and 54 receptions. That's one nearly every 5 catches he's in the end zone. It's way too much for Buffalo. It's going to be there pretty quick. My favorite play of the entire weekend, my favorite play, is the Denver first half. I play first half games as often as I go buy 3-piece suits every year. It doesn't happen very often, and when I do, it's for a reason. This is going to be a strong play. They're laying 9.5 points total in the entire game. That's going to be a touchdown or less in the first half. I'm pushing chips aggressively, and I'm willing to win and lose with that. With that being said, the number is 9.5. I play that down just a bit, and the big number is 48. I believe that Denver gets into the 30s, and Buffalo may find 20 points. That gets us over that 48 comfortably. Last but not least is New England at San Diego. Teams don't travel very well from East Coast to West Coast, West Coast to East Coast. They just don't. It's historical. Every year, the teams that travel don't fare well. After New England lost that game in Green Bay, Bill kept the team on the West Coast. They've been in California since then, so they're not going to find that they have that jet lag and they have that drop-off in play. New England had a 7-game win streak until they went into Green Bay and had happened to them what everybody has happened to them when they go to Green Bay. Tom Brady has 28 touchdowns this year. That's 4th in the league. They have 3 players with 6 touchdowns or more on New England. That's tied for 1st in the league with Denver. And Brady has never lost to Phillip Rivers. He's 5-0 against Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers has 6 games this year with 3 touchdowns or more. New England may be missing one of their corners this game. Revis will play, but look for the points to go all over the place. Who knows who's going to run for New England? Even Bill doesn't tell his wife. No one knows anything, but that's irrelevant. What is relevant here is the points that they put up today in that game. The game is going to go back and forth. New England is a 4-point favorite. I see them closer to 10 points in this game than 4. It's another trap game for me. I'm a bit worried. I think the number is lower because of that travel that they had perceived as being relevant, but it is not. Phillip Rivers is going to get right. This is a 35 to 28 game and well over the 53 points, and New England covering those 4. And the teaser of the day is for Monday's episode. Make sure you check back in for that. Atlanta's on the road in Green Bay. We've talked a little bit about what Green Bay does at home, so check in again tomorrow for that. It's going to be fantastic, and we're going to be looking to stack even more chips on Monday like we do every day. Again, please follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, subscribe, and share this with your friends. I'm Murdock with Murdock Sports. Looking to have another fantastic day with you. Thanks for checking in. We'll talk to you soon.